Good evening, folks. Welcome back to Odd Man Rush. Sorry for the hiatus. I am your host today, Eric Vaca, and my panelists are Brian Rokos down at the end in the Oilers jersey, and Nolan Morosky repping the Herc shirt.
What?
Or is it a Herc shirt?
Under Armour.
Under Armour, sorry.
The heck is Herc?
Isn't that,
Steroids.
yeah, like one of those gym shops?
I don't work out.
Everybody wears these things, and I don't
Clearly,
even know what
we're
they
not
are.
three people that work out.
I don't work out.
So, first things first, how was your guys' vacation? Holiday
Festive.
season. Everybody had a good
Oh.
Festivus?
Yeah.
Yes.
I finally pinned my dad.
Feats of strength.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Brian, what was your best hockey gift?
my 12-inch Austin Matthews. That was good.
You think he's going to make it as a player?
Yeah, we'll see.
Nine points in the last 12 games since coming back
he's
from
had
injury.
too many goals that have been disallowed, so I don't know.
What about you, Knowles? What was your best?
I got a bunch of gift cards and I bought new hockey skates.
Yes. Why don't you fill us in on what kind of skates those were and how much they cost? Because I
They're
almost threw up.
The new True custom skates, and they were $1,130.
Oh, God.
How much did you just get paid to say that?
Oh.
Not sponsored, but open.
So am I.
No, anyways, it was a great holiday season. I'm glad you guys had a good time. I had a good time as well. Managed to get out to a Leaf game, the three of us, which was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember what the score was.
Who cares?
Did we win? We lost.
We lost. Just
It was a big ol' L. Every time I go to a game, it's a big ol' L.
Anyways, it's always good to get out to an NHL.
Brian
game.
made it on TV.
I was on TV.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
I was
You're
on
the
the
new dark
Jumbotron.
guy.
I'm a dirt guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With your
I was contacted by
sad
Leaf
clown,
Nation.
sad clown makeup.
Yeah, my sad clown. I was
Good
just
for you.
sad. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it's a good time. Well, a lot's been happening in the world of the NHL. Obviously, we've been rolling along in this season. We have a new, just from the other night, a new number one team in the NHL, the Las Vegas
Montreal
Golden
Canadiens.
Knights.
Oh, sorry.
Not the Montreal Canadiens.
I thought they went on a run, though.
No.
Arizona Coyotes.
No.
So I guess my first question to you guys is, what is it that is happening in Vegas that's causing this? Is it the environment that they're playing in? Is it there's no expectations? Is there players that are sticking out to you? Brian, start with you.
William Karlsson. I don't know where the hell. I've never heard of him. What was he? Played in the fourth line with San Jose, I believe? Or
I was in San Jose.
wasn't that San Jose? See, I don't even know.
I thought he
where
came-
played.
It was Columbus.
I thought he
Columbus?
came from Washington.
No, it was Columbus.
that's how.
I don't even know.
That's how. Like, what's he at? 26 goals now? 25 goals?
I think he came from Smithville.
Is that a team?
No.
Oh. Either way, I know nothing about the guy, and I don't know why. I would have picked him to be an All-Star game over Neil, but whatever. That's a side note.
So Vegas starts the year losing every goalie in their system.
Where they went 5 deep?
They're
They went to their fifth string?
Fifth string.
Fifth
They
string.
had to go to junior, remember?
Oh, yeah.
And then they also lose their hotshot young rookie because he was a little butthurt, I guess, because he wasn't playing.
Shipashayev.
Oh, the ship a job.
So what do you think, Knowles? What's the reason they're in first place now?
I just think they came into the year as the underdog, and I think somebody had to have spoke up in the dressing room before the season started and said, "Listen, like we're not expected to do anything. Let's show them." And I think they played with that mindset the entire year, and they've shown everybody that they can play, and they just play well together.
I figured it out. I just checked Cap Friendly. I figured out why they're winning. David Clarkson. He's in the room coaching them. He's giving them some pep talks.
You got to admit, Clarkson has heart.
He's earning all
Even if
$5.25 million.
Even if he doesn't have back, he has heart.
How? Yeah, Clarkson and Grabowski. There's over $10 million they're paying right now.
What's Grabowski's ailment? How come he's not playing?
I don't know. Probably head.
Just done?
Yeah, I think he's done.
Diarrhea.
Oh no, that was Clark MacArthur. I always kind of tie the two together. It was Clark MacArthur that got the concussion in
Because
practice.
he got hit by Chara so many
Yeah.
times, Grabowski.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, it's been an amazing run out there. I think that I think it does have a lot to do with the environment. I agree with you. Like not just the environment in the dressing room, but the fact that you're out
City.
there in the desert.
Mhm.
You know, your fans are wild out of the gate. You know, that might be comparable to Winnipeg fans. You know, they pack the place every night. It's loud.
It won't last, but yeah, it's amazing now.
So that's the next question then. Do you think that there's a serious cliff fall coming in the second half?
As soon as they start losing, then I give it 2-3 years. Unless they're still a really good team in 2 to 3 years, then I just don't think the fans are going to stop coming. I don't know. I don't see it. The whole thing just confuses the crap out of me, to be honest. It's all wrong. It's just all so wrong. I don't know. I don't like it. I'm bitter.
I think next year there's gonna be an awakening, and they're not gonna do well next year.
It's going to be like Colorado was a few years ago when they made
Yeah.
the playoffs, went on that run, won the division, and then the next year they're the worst team in
Yeah,
the league.
worst team in the league.
I think it'll be similar to that.
Do you think the
Or
offseason
Ottawa
will-
last
do you think
year.
off-season will hurt them? Do you think that there could be some sort of underlying, maybe like a Moneyball thing kind of going on here, where you get to choose your players from, like a player from each of the team, and you got some statisticians working it and saying, look, if we put these people out here, even though they're not the best players to take,
Could be.
I mean, it's all speculation, of course, because if they do have a model there that's working like this,
Damn it, Jonah Hill. God.
what did he say at the end? We'll have changed the game.
Yeah.
So maybe something like that's happening.
It's all rigged. The league's rigged.
So Vegas is on top. Who now is sitting on the bottom? Who we thought was going to be on top? Thoughts?
Mhm.
Buffalo?
No, we didn't think they were going to be on top.
Not Arizona or Buffalo.
Montreal.
You could throw Edmonton.
Edmonton.
Edmonton is the obvious choice.
Edmonton.
So I'm very surprised by it.
What's going on with Edmonton? What's the woes there?
Everything but McDavid.
I think they rely on McDavid way too much.
You think even McDavid's pulling where he should be?
No.
No.
And what do you think the reason is for that? Maybe because he's not ready to be that kind of a leader yet? I mean, he looked like it last year
He's
for
got
sure.
no help.
Yeah, he's got nobody.
What did Maroon? Maroon was his big winger, big successful winger. They went, and I think they did it all wrong. They got ahead of themselves, signed Lucic, which is going to be the worst signing ever. Traded away Eberle, traded away Hall for Larson, which I still think is a big mistake.
Mhm.
I don't like the moves they've made, and I don't like the way their team is built. Like, you got Maroon and Lucic as your, like, top six. Like, they're not.
Of course, there's been rumors for years that it's been a pretty poisoned system down there.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, there's something really messed up in that with that team.
So
Sorry, Jersey.
is for Edmonton, obviously, it's looking like last year's playoffs was maybe a fluke because they didn't really have a bit much different of a team last year to this year. Is the future is McDavid now just step one?
I think they're going to bounce back next year. I really do. I don't know how well they're going to bounce back, but I think they're going to be back into a playoff position. What I've noticed in the last few years of the league is it started with Colorado, and it's happened a few times where a team has such a good year, and then they're terrible for a year or two, and then all of a sudden they're good again. And the team doesn't change that much.
Mhm.
And it's the weirdest thing. Like, look at Colorado this year.
You think
They
maybe
just
just
won
'cause they
10 in
get
a row.
a little overconfident and then
They were the worst team last year by far, and all of a sudden they're winning 10 in a row and they're in a playoff spot.
yeah, that's
Like, it's just,
they've
and
been
they're
on quite
for the
run.
most part the same team. Like, what's changed in Colorado? They've made little moves here or there. They got rid of Duchesne, who's apparently a poison in the league. But it's just weird. There's a lot of weird things that happen like that. I don't remember that happening like years ago, where it was just like so quickly that it would turn around. I don't know.
Well, it's a different game now.
Mhm.
You know, like even over the last 5-10 years, it's really evolved.
Could be the salary cap has a lot to do with it.
Yeah,
The teams are so close.
I find you're seeing a lot more epic fails and epic wins all in a row. Like teams are getting way more streakier now than they used to be. It used to be that if you started this season, the first 20 games you averaged winning 2 out of 3, you averaged winning 2 out of 3 for the rest. But it seems now teams are always like they're winning, you know, 19 of 22 games and then losing 22 of 26,
Look
right?
at Philly this year.
Yeah, Philly's
That's-
another great example.
They had
of
a
team.
10-game win streak, and then
Yeah.
they were terrible after that, and then they win like 5 in a row
Mhm.
or whatever it was.
Well, they got the hottest line in the league going right now.
yeah, but
one of them
again, they
anyways.
can't keep the puck out of their own net.
Konechny and Giroux, and
So Elliott goes on a bit of a stretch, and then all of a sudden they win 10 in a row, and then all of a sudden he's Elliott again, and
yeah,
they suck. So
it really doesn't seem like the one-line teams can sustain that.
it's just I don't know. I think this is just the new NHL. It's the salary cap era. Teams are so close. There's you're not going to get those big dynasties in. Look at Chicago. Like, all these former dynasty teams are falling down to earth. LA is still there battling for a playoff spot now, but
Anaheim as well.
yeah,
They still
all these
seem
powerhouses.
They still seem deep, but a lot of the names that made themselves big in the playoffs 5-6 years ago, they're not.
Well, they're aging.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's not that, but they were never really all that great to begin with. They just clicked at the right time, So you remember those third and fourth liners like who's the guy in Philly, Ville Lieno. Remember when?
And then he got that huge contract.
Yeah, when they went to the finals, he was a huge part of that
Yep.
run. Huge part.
Yep.
I remember thinking even during watching that run, this guy's gonna be my favorite player for years.
He had like 20 some odd points in
Oh,
that playoff run. I think.
It was insane.
Yeah, it
he was
was-
around the net. He's getting every rebound. He's winning every battle.
And then Buffalo pulls a David
They're-
Clarkson and throws a massive contract at him.
So, yeah, you got to watch out for those guys because they fall off quick.
Yep.
It was the same thing with Clarkson.
Clarkson.
He
Mhm.
made his name
Yep.
with jersey there.
There's been a lot of
and-
players like that. It's
Yeah.
just they have one strong year. Remember Jason Blake
Mhm.
Yeah.
had the 40-goal scorer with the Islanders, and then all of a sudden he gets this huge contract and can't even score 16 or whatever it was.
Jason Blake. So will the GMs ever learn?
No, because there's always one of the, especially now that there's more GMs. There's 31, soon to be 32. There's always going to be one stupid one out there. Bergevin.
Brian Burke.
Who's not
So
a GM?
that Montreal would be another one where,
President.
I mean, maybe we weren't expecting them to be the top of the league, although I was, but you guys weren't so much.
I said they'd get third in the division, and
Yeah.
Boston has surprised me.
So
And Montreal surprised me the other way.
is Montreal's woes just what we always thought it was going to be? Is no scoring?
It's the same woes. It's just Carey Price hasn't been.
He can't.
Carey
he's
Price.
not stopping the play.
Their defense has many holes. Like
They're just
Shea Weber's
they're
been
just too
injured.
big. They can't skate. Mete's the only one that I can actually skate on that team.
Yeah.
On the defense anyway.
oh,
He
their
doesn't even
defense
play
is
half
so.
time.
Yeah, exactly.
They're so immobile.
Yeah.
Like it's brutal. And you got Weber, who is.
Too many.
It's going exactly how I thought it would go when the Subban trade happened.
Mm-hmm.
Montreal may win that trade in the first year or two,
Yeah, that's
but
what
then
I thought
Weber's
too.
getting older. He's going to
Yeah.
start getting injured, which is exactly what's happening. And all of a sudden, he's, an
There's-
average defenseman.
There's too many individual players in their forward
And Gallagher just has that face you just want to punch. Ugh.
Just
Least favorite player in the league.
All right, boys. Moving on now to players. Who? I'm curious with you as well, Nolan, because you have players that you like that I don't like. So,
Mm.
what player? Let's just start here. What players have stood out to you this year who you didn't expect to stand out? Other than let's just take Vegas out of the equation now.
okay.
We'll say that James Neal and Fleury. I almost called him Theron Fleury. Marc-Andre Fleury. Obviously, I think that Pittsburgh's crying now, wishing they had Fleury back, but maybe he wasn't motivated down there. So, but who else in the league stands out to you as
That's
coming out party?
That's a hard question. Well, I'm gonna start with a rookie first. Matt Barzal and the Islanders.
Mm-hmm.
Did not think he was gonna put out the production he is. Is
Yeah.
it? I mean, rookie luck, probably.
Now, is it the Tavares effect? Is it the fact that
Is he fired
Tavares?
Tavares?
I don't know, but he
Doesn't
obviously
matter.
is during practice.
Right.
It seems everyone
Could
that
be rubbing
Tavares
off.
plays with just
So-
turns into
Rubbing
gold.
off.
Yeah, like he seems to have that
For
same
sure.
effect that like Crosby has on players,
Yeah.
where he can really develop them just
Mhm.
by playing with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get traded and they suck everywhere else.
Right.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, James Neal's done well.
Opposo.
you know, Akpazzo's done well.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't.
He's done well for what the system he's in.
Well, he sucks.
Who else besides Barzell?
Matt Molson. I'm sorry, I'm just
Definitely
throwing
not
other,
Matt Wilson.
I'm throwing out other options.
I'll give you that one.
It's hard. You know who surprised me this year? And I don't like the guy. I just think his personality is crap. But Evander Kane, he's played really well for
Yeah.
Buffalo this year.
Yeah.
Like, really well.
Do you think it's maybe because he's trying to play his way into a better contract with another team?
He could be.
Earn
Is
the
he in his,
money.
he's
It's
in
one
his
of these
contract year?
contract
Yeah, it's
kind of
his UFA.
guys.
Yeah, okay. Could
He
be.
is UFA.
Isn't it amazing how sometimes players that are just bad for so long?
Yeah.
You know, he actually put
Suddenly.
up good numbers though last year.
Yeah, I mean he's always been a good player. It's just
That's never been the
It's
question,
always
so.
been an attitude issue. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Trying to think
Rokos, who's been the best rookie this year?
Barzell has a strong point, but Brock Besser's been,
Besser's been-
unreal.
I was
in
going to mention
Vancouver.
Besser.
Keller had a great start, but he's cooled off a lot.
Mhm.
Besser's just the guy. He reminds me a lot of Matthews. The similarities between those two players is unreal. The shot and
Yeah.
just
What
The
about
American system is-
Hischier?
Mm.
sucks.
Yeah.
He doesn't suck, but
You don't
That
think
was-
you don't think he's a big part of the reason why New Jersey's in a playoff spot?
I wouldn't say a big part. No,
He
Really?
plays a part.
he's obviously plays a
He
part,
plays
but
on
he's
the
not
team.
he's not a star on the team yet. I'm sure he's going to be a good player, but that draft was very weak, and they're
Well,
kind
obviously,
of showing it now.
Nolan Patrick hasn't done
What he
anything.
hasn't.
No.
Yeah, Patrick.
I
sucks.
figured he wouldn't do anything.
But I don't think Nolan Patrick was ever going to be that big point producer,
No. He's
He's
going to be that
just gonna
power
be
forward
that.
guy.
which
Kinda
is
that.
not what you want with a first or second overall pick. But in a weak draft,
Muck it up in the corners day.
it is what it is.
Who's letting you down, Brian? Who in the league is just totally crap in the bed, and you're like, come on, buddy.
Sidney Crosby's disappointed me in my fantasy. And he's almost at a point a game, or he's right around a point a game, but
Yeah,
I expect more.
he doesn't
Pittsburgh
look
is
like
just
he's
struggling.
not on every highlight reel this year.
No,
That's
he-
for sure.
He just looks human.
What about Evgeny Malkin? Not really picking up the slack
I
over
don't
there.
watch Malkin that much, to be honest.
I don't really pay attention to him either.
He just
That's why he scores. So
he
many
seems to
goals.
disappear. That's the thing. Like
Nobody
no
pays
one pays
attention.
attention to Malkin, whether it's fans, media, players. Like, he just
Who
is
would-
the forgotten man.
This is a good question for you, Nolan, because you played more seriously for longer. If you were playing in the NHL,
Like,
don't give me a. if you were playing in the NHL, who would you rather be? Would you rather be Ovechkin and have the spotlight on you 100% all the time, or Malkin and be just behind the guy in the
You're
spotlight,
gonna
but
say
still
Ovechkin.
putting up big numbers?
No, I'd be behind the guy in the spotlight.
You Malkin,
Liar.
eh?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Just because he looks like Ovechkin doesn't mean he wants
you're
to be
full
like.
of crap.
No, I wouldn't.
I don't believe you.
I'd be like, I want to be that guy who teams aren't going to think about when you're on the ice. You know what I mean?
Just sort of sneak in.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Well, I mean, I think everybody knows that Malkin's a threat out there, but he's not.
He's
He's
not.
not the
OB.
one getting
He's not the-
interviewed every day.
And he's not the guy that teams are going to watch tape on. You know.
Yeah, and know all his.
Not gonna have the
Exactly,
matchups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he always gets the worst matchups too. Which
But
is,
then again, you're also getting less exposure.
Yeah. Well.
Like some I don't know. It's just different for some guys. I mean,
Yeah.
personally, I'd rather be Ovechkin. I think I don't. Really,
I want both.
You can't. That's a
You're
binary
allowed.
position.
No, I want both.
That's like saying I want to be just as much a basketball as not a
Can
basketball.
I meet in the middle? Instead of 3 championships, I'll settle for 1.5, and then knock 50 goals off my total for my bench. That's where I want to be.
Yeah, I don't think that would work.
It could.
So, since we're talking about players, let's do it. Fantasy update.
I'm winning.
What else is new? So the fantasy update is never actually an update because we never changed
the same.
position.
Actually, something has changed.
What's changed?
I'm not in last.
You haven't been in last all year.
Yeah,
Yes, I have.
he
For a
was for a
long
while.
time.
He was for a while. Yeah.
Corey's still in last. Corey's been in last for a while. Sorry, Tech Sergeant Kennedy.
But since the last time we filmed, I was in last.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
Were you?
Roll it back.
Can you make that happen?
No, not live.
Damn.
But in post.
All right, here we go. So the Bardowskis have 836 points. The Kessel Run, 897. And Camel Taves, 942. Still 50 back of the leader, the Schmeltz.
Every time I get up to the 30s, I get into the
You've gotten up,
30s
yeah.
and then it's knocked right
And
down.
then I have like
you
a
have
crazy
a 30
week.
point night.
Yeah, I did have a like 30 point night or whatever. It was
That was
awesome.
insane. I was so
my
deflated.
Dallas
It
guys.
ruined my weekend.
Shifley getting hurt. Although Shifley got hurt, and then I had to put Granlund in. and he goes on a tear, and I was like, yeah, hat trick, and he gets like 4-point night. Yes. Yeah, it's worked out well for me. So I've been winning from like start to finish so far.
So I'm back by 50. How much is Nolan back by?
95. Corey's only
95.
back by 156. It's not bad.
Yeah,
Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
It's in the game. It's in the game.
EA Sports.
Hey, you never know what can happen in the second half. Anything can happen. That's
Uh,
still pretty
yeah,
good. Yeah.
Sure.
Might get a couple changes in position.
I'm still gonna win.
So I'm just gonna reserve a second here for just being upset about something. Maybe not. Maybe not you guys. I want to get your opinion.
I'm sorry.
Olympics coming up.
Okay.
Should the NHL players be there?
Yes.
Yes.
Does nobody, even devil's advocates, see the side of the owners to say
No.
we don't want to send them there to get them injured
No.
No.
and to lengthen our season?
Players can get injured in the dressing room stepping on a, I don't know,
Jockstrap.
mouse that runs by.
The Olympics
Some
are
of the older
for
arenas.
the Olympics are for the best athletes in the world and NHL players.
Since you brought
See-
that up, stepping just for a second.
Stepping on a mouse?
Stepping on a mouse. Do you know that that's how the rat thing started in Florida?
Oh yeah.
Because there was a rat in there and he
Yeah.
slap shot it against the wall. I don't remember who it was. And then he got a hat trick that night.
I'm gonna guess Brian Scrudland. I don't know why.
Scrudland?
He was the captain on Florida. Remember him? He was great. He
Okay.
was one of those like blue chip
it was
captains.
Definitely.
That was the name that popped into my head.
What's his name? That goalie.
Luongo?
No. Van.
Oh, Van
Van
Riemsdyk.
Riemsdyk.
Van- oh yeah. Van Riemsdyk.
No, it wasn't Van Riemsdyk. Because he would have had a goalie stick. But, no, anyway, sorry to get off tangent there. But what were you going to say there about the Olympics?
See, I've heard different arguments. I've heard people say the Olympics are an amateur for amateur.
I don't like that
athletes.
argument.
But look at every other sport that plays there.
Yeah.
Tennis, no matter what it is, they're
been the
all
best of the
pros.
best.
It's
Mhm.
always the best of the best. You want the best players in that sport.
See, I think the
Playing there.
Olympic Committee wants the NHL
Oh, they
players
do.
there. Yeah.
This was all Bettman.
Well, maybe.
All Bettman.
Well,
His
all-
demands were stupid.
But Bettman speaks for the owners, so it's all the owners.
Yeah.
He's just the spokesman. He takes all the brunt of it. But
He's just the head penguin.
so you think the owners should just loosen up and say, "Give me your players."
I think a lot of it has to do with the location of this Olympics, safety purposes,
Mm-hmm.
how close they are to Kim Jong. I think that had because they're already talking about doing it in China, or next one's China, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. 2022, I think, is somewhere in
I thought
China.
they just did China.
I don't know. It's always in China.
Anyways, yeah.
I think that has a little bit to do with it too. They really didn't. They didn't
I-
seem to want to do it in South
I have
Korea.
to think it's the scheduling thing because when they shortened up in 2014, when they shortened up and everybody was playing
There was
back
a
to
lot
back
of
nights like
complaints.
crazy.
Yeah.
Teams were playing 7 of 9 nights. Like that's tough on a team. And
Sure.
And then that was when Stamkos got
But-
injured too, and he was done for the
There's
season.
no advantages to other teams. Every team has to go through it.
Not if you don't got good players.
if you ask every player, especially the top players, what they would prefer, I bet 99%, if not 100%, would say we want to go to the Olympics.
Oh, I know that the team
Every
want to.
coaches would say the same
Yeah,
things,
absolutely. Why wouldn't you?
and I think general managers would say this. They want it's good for the game. Like it's embarrassing, really. That
So
they're
I-
not going.
So how do we bridge the gap then, Nolan? I'll ask you. How do the players and the fans and everything convince these owners to give up their players for? Do you accept a shortened season? Do you I would be okay with a 60-game season to see my
You don't
favorites.
even have to go that down. Like,
No.
70, okay, whatever.
yeah,
70,
take off
10
10,
games.
12
10
games.
72. 72.
Do a 72 game
That's
season.
also money out of the owner's pocket, so it'd be very hard to convince them that unless you could convince maybe the Olympics to pay for those players. But they probably wouldn't do that.
They have. Yeah, I think because the teams pay the players their way to the Olympics, right? Like the Olympics don't pay for the players to be there. So then maybe if the Olympics
Coughed up a little dough.
coughed up some money,
I don't
Maybe
so
shared some advertising rights.
maybe
It's not going to be
have to-
straight out. They're going to give
money's
money
going to be
for it.
involved in
Yeah.
it somehow. So
It's going to be behind the scenes somehow. Extra revenue that they get, revenue stream, whether it's jersey sales or anything like that's going to factor into it.
Well, it's definitely something to think about. If you guys have a comment or a question based on that, we'd
Go
love to
Canada.
address it. Go Canada, go! I'm not too happy looking at their roster.
I don't
right
know who
now,
the hell's
but-
on the team, but go Canada.
anyways, that's our show for today, guys. Hit the like button there and share this with your friends and subscribe. And we'll be back right after the All-Star break.
The pace.